Hey, what's up, Tremay?
Hey.
Hey, thanks for doing the Yanbar Podcast. What you up to?
Basically, I'm just making a cake right now, and yeah, I had to use the stove. So you just bumped into me about to make an experiment and using tools to make a cake on top of the stove.
So let me get this straight. So instead of using the oven to bake a cake, you're gonna bake the cake on top of the stove.
Yeah. On top of the stove.
Okay. This I gotta see. How do you go about doing that? What you gonna need for that?
Basically, I'm just using a box cake mix or whatever. You could also use simple cake mix to use your own, like from scratch, cake from scratch. You don't really need to buy a cake box. You use the basic simple tools for that. But unfortunately, I'm using, to make it much easier for me, a box or whatever. I'll show you guys. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you can do this with scratch. I mean, by scratch.
Yeah,
too.
by scratch. Yeah.
Okay.
But for this, all the ingredients you need is just 3 eggs and a little bit of oil, and you're good to go.
And some water.
And some water. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. The part I'm really curious about, is how do you actually bake a cake on top of a stove?
I'll be glad to show you.
You do. Now, what's some reasons, besides like saying oven being broke, that somebody would want to bake a cake on top of a stove? I mean, why?
Thank you. Other than your oven being broke, in the summertime it gets really, really hot.
Oh yeah.
And you would rather, instead of using an oven, rather just use it on top so the heat could stay circulated inside the pan instead of just with all the heat just in the air with the oven.
Yeah, heating up the whole
versus
house
that,
with the oven.
it's totally easy.
Right.
You don't be all hot and stuff like that.
Exactly. Now this technique that you're going to use with the stovetop baking, is this something that you probably could do like on a campfire or something?
I never did it before, but I'm guessing if you use your brain, you could probably do the same thing. All you need is heat and a nice durable pan like this, or a copper pan. I don't know what type of material this is, but this is really sturdy. Probably copper painted, so now. But first I'm going to heat this up right here. Turn this on. The wrong side. I don't want to do that. Generally you want to get it heated up at first, and this is a conventional oven, so it's just totally different from a flame. But for the same procedures, just make sure you heat it up first, and then you reduce the heat. And I'm gonna put literally. I'm going to show you how much water I'm using, just for reasons of the pan and the plate that I'm going to use. So, like literally that much of water.
Wow. Okay. So a teeny bit of water.
Yes.
In the bottom of that pot.
Yes.
Right.
Just to get it going, so it don't burn or whatever.
Right.
Probably just a little bit more.
The water's kind of like put in there like a primer or something, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
This is the plate that I'm going to use for the distance if I had a steamer or a rack. If you don't have a steamer or a rack, I suggest you use a plate. So the distance for the, so basically the bump pan don't be directly touching the eye.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you don't want it directly on it.
Yeah.
I got it. Any particular reason why you're using a bun pan and not like a square pan or a round pan or something?
Yeah, particularly because in this situation, I'm making my cake on top of the stove. So I'm not, I would use this for the oven too. It doesn't really matter. I just happen to choose this way.
Okay.
But
I think it's important.
Yes, I'm actually going to use the stove. So this is going to fit. A square pan would not be able to fit in this. So that's why I'm using a bun pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you're constructing there is kind of like an oven.
Yes.
And that plate that you put in there in the bottom, what's that for? That's like a rack? That would be like a rack in the oven?
Yes, like for the steamer or a high rack.
Ah.
If you don't have a steamer or a high rack, like I don't,
Right.
I'm using a plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you improvising?
Basically, yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, what can I do to help?
Right now, can you grease the bun pan with butter for me, please?
Sure. I understand. So what I'm seeing so far is that this cake is prepared pretty much like in a conventional way.
Yes.
Same way and stuff.
Yes. Time where you reduce the heat.
Ah, right. Now when you first started heating up, what temperature did you have it on?
I had it on 4, which is in temperature talk, low medium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like around low, medium heat.
Yeah.
And now where you have it down? Low?
Yeah, really low. 'Cause I don't want really, really low.
Okay.
So
basically just, like, let's see, I can understand this. At first, you want to get it up to temperature. That's kind of like, I guess, like preheating the oven,
Yeah.
so to speak. And then, I guess, when you reduce the heat, that's going to be like the cooking temperature.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
So it really is like making an oven on top of the stove.
Yep.
Wow.
It definitely is.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna pour the batter in.
Wow.
Make sure you want to get all of that. Nothing.
Yeah, get all that.
Gets mixed.
And you know what's crazy and stuff? When I was coming up as a kid, one of the favorite things to do was to lick the bowl. Matter of fact, from what I understand, if you was like in a large family, a
Yeah.
fight can break out over who going to get to lick the bowl and stuff, you know, or at least lick the spoon.
Exactly.
You know. But from what I'm hearing now, because of salmonella concerns, people ain't licking the bowls anymore. You know, salmonella eggs, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's like not advised. Yeah. And this cooks thoroughly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But this cooks it thoroughly too. Speaking of concern for salmonella or something like that, it will cook all the way through.
Yes.
And does it rise as well
Yes,
as
it
a cake?
does. Well, yes, it does rise as well as a cake. It does.
Mhm.
But I feel like well, that's a cake in the oven. But I feel like cooking a cake in the oven, it will rise more or whatever. But let's see though. Let's see how it comes out.
Right.
Alright, so guys, how this looks. The before picture. I don't know how.
That's what's up.
Oh, not the oven today.
Let's see if you guys paying attention. Alright, so you just set that in there.
Yes. And then I'm gonna cover it. With tape on my fingers. And then the cooking shall begin.
Wait a minute, so where's the complicated part? Because all of that was easy. I mean, where's the hard
Mostly the
part?
complicated part is just mixing everything.
That was
And
it?
my arm is a little bit tired. But other than that, that's it. You just watch it. Usually just smell it by watching it. And everything is really good.
Incredible. So how long does it take for it to bake?
It takes, in a regular oven, in a regular bun pan, it takes 32 to 42 minutes. But for this situation, I would definitely do 45 to 50 minutes using a stove.
All right. So I guess that's what we'll do right now.
Yes.
Come back in about 45 minutes.
Yes.
See you then.
Okay.